Hi, Juliette. This is me, Daddy. A quick look, and because I don't like to see myself on camera. But the last we left off was when I was served the order of protection by the police officer at the door while I was in the middle of an email to your mother. I think I tried to text you that week, even though texting was not prohibited the last time I was in court, and I did see that it was, but they didn't make an issue of it. And of course, all I did was say I love you and I want to see you. So, what can you make of that? But I guess they could have if they wanted to. But I guess they just felt so confident that they had such a rock solid case against me that I mean, it's what they call in this world a he said, she said, and there's no proof, no witnesses, and there's not even the same physical location. I pointed out that the big fight happened on Thursday, but your mother, although she said she was so scared she had to go to a hotel room and take you with her, even though you went to school the next day, and why she took you to Manhattan to a hotel room, like she said in court, didn't make any sense. What I also mentioned was that it was quite peculiar that if she was scared, why did she wait till Monday to go to the police? Well, I'll tell you why. Because she would need to be coached by her lawyer on what to say, and her lawyer probably couldn't get back to her until Monday during the day. You don't have to be a genius to figure this stuff out. I am not going to read you the order of protection right now. I will do that and cover that in full. I want to talk to my lawyers and make sure that I don't put anything on YouTube that is inappropriate, although, what can your mother do to me? So the last thing was February 7th of 2016. So I went to court, and I'm in shock. I don't know what to do. And he's asking me about, what I'm living on, and I say disability, and he said, well, you get a court-appointed lawyer. And I thought, okay, I'll take that. To me, to find $5,000 to $7,000 out of the thin blue air at that point in time seemed like a good deal. And had I known how bad the court-appointed lawyer was going to be, and probably was a good deal responsible for me losing the case, I never would have went with a court-appointed lawyer, and I never will again if I ever go to court, and I never will go back to court with your mother. I can guarantee you that. Well, at least I will never let her take me back to court. So there's no more emails until October of that year, 8 months later. That's because under the temporary order of protection, I am not allowed to talk to you or your mother, call them, call either of you, email either of you, text either of you, contact you in any way, go to your property in any way, follow you. The list goes on and on, but you get the idea. I am in total. The only time I ever saw your mother was on the court dates. And the courts are so overcrowded and so overloaded that it didn't surprise me that it was 6 weeks between every court appearance. And sometimes you just went in to say, okay, we're going to set up a date to do this. And then 6 weeks later, you say, okay, let's establish this. And then 6 weeks later, and 8 months later, you actually get to the trial. And the one thing that they allowed me to do was to write you the letter pleading my case to you. And I said, well, this is going to be read in front of a lawyer, right? Or a judge. And they said, no. I go, it's got to be. It's got to be. I can't believe her mother will let her read this letter to me. You can't allow me but that they would not let me do anything else but to mail the letter to your house. I did everything I could. I hand wrote it, put pictures in it. I made it as identifiable as possible, that if I referred to the letter, that anybody who saw the letter would, oh yeah, that letter with the pictures in it and things like that. And I counted all our good times together and this and that. And what you told your lawyer, because it was a lawyer appointed to you, and this guy was a real asshole, and it's actually both to your mother and me for some reason. And there was my lawyer and Lori's lawyer, which she used now for the fourth time against me. So she obviously had a personal vendetta against me because I basically won every other time. And she and the judge, who doesn't know any of us, he doesn't know anything. All he's doing is rolling these people in or rolling them out. Doesn't know me, doesn't know your mother, doesn't know you, doesn't know anything about the case. But he did ask, they were asked you what you thought of me, and you said you were scared of me. And that is one of the main things that did me. And if you had said you wanted to see me, there's a good chance the case would have ended and I would have been seeing you again in October of 2016. And that did happen in 2011 when your mother took you away from me for a year and you were under a temporary order of protection, and you did tell the psychiatrist or whoever or the lawyer that you wanted to see me. I'm not blaming you because I know that you are suffering from this social anxiety disorder, and that who knows what your mother said to you. I mean, I don't want to accuse her of anything, but one can only speculate what one would do in that situation. And whether you got the letter or not, whether you read the letter or not, what happened happened. And what happened right before the trial was your mother and her lawyer offered me a deal to just write to you, the ability to write to you and not have a trial. Well, that's going to be interesting because when I tell you what happens after the trial, it's going to be nothing about this is humorous, but this is actually, kind of pathetic. They wanted not to have a trial because a trial was going to cost them a lot of money. It wasn't going to cost me a lot of money because I was getting a lawyer for free, but it was going to cost them a lot of money. But I had spent 8 months not seeing you. I damn well was going to get my day in court. And the court trial itself was a circus. If I ever thought that the law was bad, that family court law was bad, I never thought it could be this bad. I never thought it could be this insane. And they could have found me not guilty. They could have found me guilty for a year. Or they could have found me guilty with what your mother had requested for the rest of my life or your lives. Never see you again ever. And that may have been just a negotiating point to get it down to a year, but now I believe that it's obvious now that she doesn't want me to ever see you again. I don't know why your mother did this to me because I didn't do anything to you. You know that. If I did, I certainly didn't do anything that came even close to warrant what happened to me. And even if I had won the case, I still would have lost 8 months with you. And time is one thing, and I have even taught you this is a lesson. Time is the one thing that somebody can take away from you that they can never get back. And the judge decided in the end that he would allow me to write you once a week for the entire year and to report to your mother, either by phone or email, on my progress, because he had me started seeing a therapist in June to fix my issues, whatever they were. Of course, you got to remember, the judge, he doesn't know who's who and who's lying, who's telling the truth or whatever. I did stand up in court and I said, let us both take a lie detector test right now. And I would still do that to this day, and I would pay for it. Because it killed me to hear your mother lie on the stand. And it killed me to know that she did what she did to me, to separate us. So the judge did that. It was kind of unusual because I think he felt that this sounded more like a family squabble that went too far. And that if I had an open line of communication with your mother and with you, that maybe it would be solved. But that didn't happen. Your mother would never email me again until March of 2017. 6 months later. And she didn't do it out of the goodness of her heart. I'll tell you why she did it. So the next emails may be very boring and very repetitive, but I'm going to read them all to you. Every one of the emails, not the letters I wrote you, the emails I wrote your mother. Okay? Because I want every single fact that can be proven to be documented, so that if you never see me again, you can look back, look this stuff up yourself, and make up your own mind about what happened. So time's getting a little long on the record, so the next thing that I'll be doing is I'll be reading you the emails that I sent your mother. I love you, Juliette.